Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SHD Plus. You join me in a foreign land today, but we have some breaking news. The first member of our 2025 promotion winning squad has signed for another club, and that is in the form of Romoney Crichlow, who's made the step back down into League 2 to sign for recently promoted Barnet FC. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 100 likes on today's video, and don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. Firstly, if you want to have a guess at what country I'm actually in at the moment, hopefully this will give you a bit more of a better look. But yeah, Romoney Crichlow, it's sad that obviously he's moved on, but that's the case with Owen. I think he's joined a good club. I think he's going to play, and that is very important where he's currently at in his career. Didn't really play much at Peterborough, didn't really play much the second time round with Bradford City, still played his part, and obviously our promotion winning squad will forever hold that status and nobody can really take that away from him. Let's read the article that Barnet have put out. It reads, Crichlow joins the Bees. Barnet FC are thrilled to announce the signing of defender Romney Crichlow. The 26-year-old, once described as Rolls Royce of a centre-back, not sure who described him as that, maybe me potentially. Anyway, he started his career at Enfield Borough before making the move up north to Huddersfield Town. Over the next 6 years, he spent time on loan at the likes of Hartlepool, Swindon, Plymouth and Bradford, for whom he played 32 games. He then joined Peterborough United, playing a part in their EFL Trophy win at Wembley, before going out on loan to Dagenham and Redbridge in 2024. The defender then returned to the Bantams at the back end of last season, playing a significant role in the club's promotion to League 1. And he has already been put through the paces on the first day of pre-season. Obviously Bradford City also went back to pre-season training today. We've seen some nice photos of all the new players, all that sort of stuff. Still no information really regarding Lewis Richards, Kieran Kelly, although technically their contract with us doesn't expire for another week, so maybe it's mandatory for them to still be in pre-season training with us. I'm not 100% sure. But on what attracted him to sign for the Bees the most, Crichlow says the style of play in recent times, it's been very successful, serial winners at this point. When I had the presentation with the gaffer and the rest of the staff, the way they envisioned me playing in that system, it was a no-brainer really. Manager Dean Brennan says we've been monitoring Rom for a few years now, since his Peterborough days. Last season he helped Bradford gain promotion, and he gives us really good balance on that left-hand side, obviously left centre half. And the final bit of the article does read, we know he's a good leader, he's shown that at previous clubs and he's helping us upgrade, but what's important for him is he plays 50 games for Barnet Football Club this season, and the deal is obviously subject to the usual FA and league clearances. Now we go through Critchlow's first couple of times at Bradford City. Obviously he has had two separate spells, one on loan from Huddersfield and then one on a permanent deal from Peterborough following the injury to Kieran Kelly, which he sustained I think at the back end of January. It might have been right at the start of February actually, but I think the first time round with Crichlow he stood out a little bit more playing as a left centre back in a 4-2-3-1 under Mark Hughes in a possession based style. I thought he actually looked a little bit better, but playing in a 3-5-2, 3-4-2-1, whatever you want to call it, under Graham Alexander, with a slightly more direct style where you've got to be a bit physical, a bit bigger, a bit more robust defensively. I do think at times he did a little bit struggle in that. Now that he also had some really good games against the more possession based style teams, the likes of MK Dons at home, I thought was probably his best performance in his second spell with the club. But there was also a few times where I thought he really did struggle, especially if he was ever playing against somebody more physical than him. That's not really his game. He's decent with the ball at his feet, but physical defending, it's not really his thing. I'll be interested to know if he's going to play in a back four or a back three at Barnet. But I think as a League 2 centre half for a team who've just been promoted, I think he could do a lot worse than Romoney Crichlow. And I do think now 26 years of age, the length of his contract wasn't disclosed in the article, but I can only assume a 2-year deal. I think it's a smart signing really for Barrow when you think about what their aims and ambitions are. Obviously I couldn't tell you really when the last time a team got promoted from the National League and was relegated the following season. We've seen a couple of teams make 2 or 3 seasons and then go back down, but I don't think with the quality that's in that Barnet squad they'll be really in too much trouble going into next season. I think they'll probably be in and around mid-table, but I'm not 100% clued up on that Barnet squad. Obviously they had likes of Harry Chapman, Harry Pritchard, a few former Bantams play there over the last couple of seasons. They've already signed Emmanuel Osidibe as well, who Crichlow would have played with very briefly, because that was obviously when Crichlow was on loan at Bradford City. Osidibe missed the majority of that season, having suffered that double leg break. But Crichlow In terms of his second spell with Bradford City, then he featured in 10 league matches, starting 8 of them, playing 617 minutes. He got the 1 goal, which was obviously at home to nobody. It was away to Doncaster Rovers in a game where we lost 2-1, and it didn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. He didn't register an assist, didn't create a big chance, but he's a centre-half. He's not really going to do that. According to SofaScore, he didn't keep a clean sheet in those 8 starts. But I'm 99% sure he started at home to MK Dons, and we won that game 2-0. Let me know if I'm wrong down in the comment section down below, but I think SofaScore has got that one wrong. He averaged 0.4 interceptions per game, which isn't really amazing, but 1 tackle per game, 1.8 balls covered per game, and 5.1 clearances per game as well. He had 1 error, which led to a shot, none which led to a goal, and no penalty offences committed as well. We'll have a quick little spin around and start walking back the other way, but he won 52% of his ground duels and 73% of his aerial duels, which I think is a really, a good amount, to win nearly 3 in every 4 of your aerial duels. I think he does deserve a lot of credit for that, because throughout his time at Bradford City, I wouldn't really say his aerial presence was something which massively stood out for me, but clearly, if SofaScore stats are right, we've seen that the clean sheet one, I think, is not the most accurate. To win 73% of your aerial duels, fair play. My overall thoughts then on Romoney Crichlow, former Bradford City promotion winning centre-half. Well, he's not a former, he's current, forever a promotion winning centre-half with Bradford City, but obviously he's not currently with the football club, as my alarm just went off there reminding me it's 5 to 6. We might announce something at 6 o'clock, but obviously I'm an hour in front, so it's actually only 5 to 5 in England, so probably nothing's going to get announced. But if we continue this kind of trend of getting all our timings and announcements just completely muddled up and announcing them really whenever we want, then who knows what the future could hold. But fingers crossed, we got some more signings coming in very soon. We might get some loan deals coming in potentially, but very sad to see Crichlow go, as we knew when he was released by Bradford City. I think he loved his time here and will always be grateful for his contribution to our promotion winning season, but I do think it was the right move to move on. I think Kieran Kelly suits Graham Alexander's style a little bit more. We've not had confirmation yet, like I previously mentioned, about either Kelly or Richards signing new deals with Bradford City, but I do think that it is very likely that that sort of business will be concluded hopefully in the next couple of days. I definitely think for me, if it was a choice of keeping either Crichlow or Kelly, I would have rather have kept Kieran Kelly. I think his ceiling is a little bit higher. I think Crichlow would struggle in League One. Kieran Kelly started out his Bradford career very well, but I think the injuries last season really killed him, so hopefully he can stay injury free this campaign, play a lot of football, competing with Curtis Till in at that position. But thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we try and hit 100 likes as I mentioned at the start of today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts down in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on former Bradford City defender, the man who contributed to our promotion, Romoney Crichlow, signing for newly promoted League 2 side Barnet FC? Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day and up those chickens.